Good day everyone. My name is John Quezanor Perez and I'm going to be your tour guide for the 10 historical places in the Philippines. Let's go! Aguinaldo Shrine, located in Cavite, Cavite. The Aguinaldo Shrine was the home of the first youngest president of the Republic of the Philippines, Emilio Aguinaldo. It's a historical place in the Philippines because it's where the Philippine flag was waved that symbolizes the country's independence in 1898. Now, it's a famous tourist spot and house of some of Aguinaldo's in his family's memorabilia. What makes this place interesting is that you'll realize how intelligent Aguinaldo was through the architecture of his house, revealing some secret hideouts and passages that were relevant during the time of war. If you are going to visit the Aguinaldo Shrine, you will see the memorabilia left in the Aguinaldo's house, and you will see the first place where the Philippine flag was waved, symbolizing the independence of our country. The Bagong Bayan, also known as the Luneta Park. Bagong Bayan is one of the most historical attractions in the Philippines and national historic shrines in the Philippines. This is because of the Philippine national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, was executed here in 1896 after he fought for the country's freedom from the Spaniards through his articles, essays, and novels. If you are going to visit the Bagong Bayan or the Luneta Park, you will see the Rizal Monument, and this is a great place for strolls and picnic. And also you will see a colorful dancing fountains. Now that we are here in Fort Santiago, located in Intramuros, Manila, it is one of the most famous Philippine historical place, and it is the place where Dr. Jose Rizal was imprisoned before his execution. It is rumored that hundreds of lives were taken during the Spanish colonial period and the World War II in the said Philippine historical place. And if you are going in the Fort Santiago, you will see a dungeon rumored to be the grave of the Filipinos killed in the Spanish colonial period. The Intramuros. A walk around Intramuros is like a stroll through history where you'll see amazing cultural attractions in the Philippines. That's why when talking about the top 10 historical places in the Philippines and historical place in Manila, Intramuros never misses the list. It's the oldest and the historic core of Manila and built with defensive walls against foreign invasions, hence being called the Walled City. Here you can see the preserved Spanish colonial structures from government offices to residential areas and souvenir shops. Experience on visiting the Intramuros and Fort Santiago was very exhilarating. I learned a lot of things from Spanish colonializations, and I saw the Rizal Museum and learned about the life of Jose Rizal. If you are going to visit Intramuros, you will see lots of preserved Spanish colonial structures surrounded by other historic places like Fort Santiago. You can tour here via bamboo bicycle or via Calesa. The Rizal Shrine in Dapitan. It is one of the most historical places in Mindanao. This is where Dr. Jose Rizal spent 4 years of exile when he was accused of being a revolutionary against Spanish rule. Rizal Shrine in Zamboanga del Norte is one of the most important landmarks in the Philippines. If you are going to visit the Rizal Shrine in Dapitan, you will see the Meritiro Rock where Rizal watched sunsets and where he wrote one of his most beautiful poems, Meritiro, and is also a perfect for nature lovers. The EDSA Shrine. It is located at the crossroads of EDSA Avenue and Ortigas Avenue in Quezon City. EDSA Shrine, formerly known as the Shrine of Mary, Queen of Peace, or Our Lady of EDSA, is no doubt one of the most historical places in Luzon and among the landmarks in the Philippines that truly made a mark. This is where the historic and the world-renowned People Power Revolution took place in 1896 to oust the dictator Ferdinand Marcos and stop the martial law. The People Power Revolution is one of the world most historic events because the uprising was peaceful, bloodless, and successful. You'll see a few notable monuments in the Philippines and in near in EDSA Shrine. If you are going to visit the EDSA Shrine, you will see a 35 feet tall image of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The historical place in Philippines is the Biak na Bato in San Miguel, Bulacan. This is the famous landmark in the Philippines where Emilio Aguinaldo and other revolutionaries established the Biak na Bato Republic to be free from Spaniards. And if you are going to visit the Biak na Bato, you will see a hanging bridge, a clear river, several caves, including the exact place where the revolutionaries secretly established a republic. Mactan Shrine in Cebu has played a huge role in the Philippine history. It is the site of the Battle of Mactan, where Datu Labu-Labu defeated the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan in 1521. The Mactan Shrine is one of the most famous Philippine landmarks and was built in honor of Lapu-Lapu. If you are going to visit the Mactan Shrine, you will see the 65 feet tall bronze monument of Datu Lapu-Lapu. Calle Crisologo in Vigan. It is where you can see cobblestone streets, intricate architecture, and horse carriage commonly known as Calesa. It is one of the most few Hispanic towns surviving in the Philippines and one of the most best preserved Spanish colonial towns in the world. If you are going to visit the Calle Crisologo in Vigan, you will see cobblestone streets, preserved Spanish colonial towns, many antique shops, and it is a great place for food spots. One of the most famous food here in Vigan is the vegan longanisa. The Sandogo or Blood Compact Shrine in Tagbilaran is a landmark at the site of the first international treaty of friendship between Spaniards and Filipinos. This Bohol tourist spot depicts Sikatuna and Legazpi at the famed Sandogo Monument. If you are going to visit the Blood Compact Shrine, you will see the iconic statue of men performing the traditional Sandogo with an ocean view. For joining me in this video. I hope you enjoy and you learn something in this tour. And again, thank you and God bless.